What is up, guys? Jetxc, and we have the patch notes available. Now, the game will be going through a 5 hour and 30-minute maintenance during reset. So it will be a late night for me. For some of you, it may be early. Either way, though, I will have a live up later today. But let's go over everything. There's a couple of new things, and we've got character kits that I want to talk with you guys about. So let's do it. So we have the Winter Special Event Pack Memory's Edge. We don't have to read the story. I've talked about that in a previous video. We have the season event Goodbye Freedom. Now, something new that they are now doing, and I'll talk about this more, but they are doing a event that will run for 4 weeks instead of 2 weeks. So there are going to be 4-week cycles for events from now on. So every year we will get 12 events, right? Instead of doing every 2 weeks, 24 events, and some of them, well, a lot of them being like reruns, right? So keep that in mind because we'll talk about that later. So season events will be 4 weeks, a whole month. Then we've got a summary of the story. We don't need to listen to or read that right now. We've got the Goodbye Freedom minigame, Pandora Escape. If you guys have ever played Vampire Survivor, it's essentially every single round you have to basically survive, right? So you kill a certain amount of enemies, then you level up a weapon, you gain a new weapon, and then every single round, and basically when you level up, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. So we'll be playing that live on stream, so no need to kind of look into this honestly. But yeah, Pandora Escape will be out. We've got Fiend Hunt Talos. We have the event stuff that you can get from the store, typical for every other event, right? Draw tickets, Giant Fiend UR gear, SR gear. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, let's get into some of the interesting stuff here. Okay, so season event, 4-week schedule. Going forward, season events will now run for 4 weeks. So here's how they're going to do it. The first week, you will get the first part of the story, along with the field quest, which will be flexible apparently. Minigame will be open during the first week, and then a rerun Fiend Hunt will be available the first week as well. Shop will be available for 2 weeks and the last 2 weeks as well. So pretty much during the first 2 weeks, early stage, minigame / field quest, Fiend Hunt, and event shop. Then on week 3, we will get the second part of the story along with additional content for the minigame, a new Fiend Hunt, and then everything else will also come on the last 2 weeks. Event shop will still be up, and then additional titles and background changes. So I'm gonna give some initial thoughts on this. So for me, being someone that's played since day 1, I think this is fine because this gives them time to like work on more a more thought out story, which they've actually been doing a great job with it, but this gives them time to kind of work on other things. But I don't know how people are going to feel about reading the story, part 2 of the story on week 3 versus having it available on week 2 and then just letting the rest of the event ride out. But I think it'll be fine either way. They did say they're going to be doing a lot more with story content, so I think this is fine overall, guys. We get 2 Fiend Hunts in a month. It's it's what we're used to anyway, but the entirety of the event is going to be 1 month, right? So yeah, should be pretty interesting. Let's see. Now, another thing that they mentioned, season event story rewards will be increased. Season event story will transition from existing SD animation style to an illustrated dialogue format. So this is what I talked about in my last video, guys. They're doing like a visual novel style where we'll get the artwork right in our face, right? Also, 2 additional illustrated dialogue features. These will be added in the game. So for the home screen, for some of you that have seen like the image with Levia and Luvencia, where they're both on the bike, stuff like that will be added to the home screen where you could change up the wallpaper and it'll be available for you. But yeah, they basically talk about that, how season event / story pack content or encounter event content will be illustrated dialogue. However, the story pack, character, and event pack won't change. Okay, so we have new content, Gloopy Diner. So I'm going to read a little bit of this here. So Gloopy Diner will be available at their new pack. It can be unlocked clearing story pack 1 on normal difficulty. So that's for you new players. In Gloopy Diner, you can use currency called Gloopy Stars to unlock restaurant facilities and deploy part-time characters to help grow. Rewards can be earned based on time spent running the restaurant with a maximum of 24 hours worth of rewards stacking. After receiving rewards, there is a minimum wait time of 10 minutes before you can collect rewards again. The maximum level of the restaurant is 30, and rewards increase progressively as the restaurant's level rises. The types of rewards available in the Gloopy Diner include Gloopy Star, Gold, and Refining Powder. Every day at 9 a.m. Korean Standard Time, regular customers and special customers will visit the restaurant. Touching regular customers will grant specific rewards. And then it kind of goes on to talk about those rewards and the difference between special or regular customers and special customers, right? And then it gets into the messenger and affinity content. So in Gloopy Diner, you can use the messenger feature Glue Talk to chat with special customers you've met, i.e. Nebris. Special customers who support affinity content can only be found in Gloopy Diner Pack with specific costumes, and you can only participate in this new content if you own those costumes. Currently, only the new higher Nebris costume supports the affinity content, and more costumes will be added in the future. While conversing in Glue Talk with the characters whose contact info you acquire, meeting events will occur. Meeting events can be held up to 3 times a day, and the count resets every day at 9 a.m. Korean Standard Time, which is basically reset time. The first meeting will not consume any meeting attempts. However, costumes for which you have acquired contact info allow you to build affinity, and affinity value increases when you complete a meeting event. After reaching a certain affinity level, you can receive in-game rewards and special animations as rewards. These animations can be set on the home screen. When affinity reaches max level, you can unlock special interaction animations. For more details, please refer to point 7. So, getting into point 7, special interaction content. The interaction animations obtained through affinity content can be set on the home screen, allowing you to enjoy interaction. So that's what we saw in the live stream, guys, with that little heart too as well. When you enter in the interaction mode. A special interaction animation is displayed on the home screen. A heart-shaped icon will appear on the left. By touching this icon, you will enter interaction mode. And then it talks about how in interaction mode, there is an on-off for the camera function at the bottom right. When on, you can adjust the camera view and zoom in and zoom out. If the camera is set off, you can return to interaction mode and continue the interaction. One thing to note that the voice during character interactions is only supported in Korean right now. So if you want some dialogue, you got to use the Korean VA. They will eventually add JP. They just had scheduling conflicts. So just to note, guys, this basically confirms as of right now, there is no paywall for this, right? So all you need is the character to get this animation. Now, my initial thoughts for this is they are insane. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. These developers, I really don't think they care about money that much. I honestly think that in their head, if the game is just doing okay to well for the size of our community, then that's enough for them. Like, it blows my mind that there's no type of paywall for this, but at the same time, the fact that they're doing this for free, listen, man, it's hard for me to shit on these devs when this game is just so free to play. Like, they're truly, there's almost no reason to spend money. However, I still support the game because I've never seen a group of devs like this ever before. But yes, the interaction for Nebris will be free. Will things change in the future? We'll have to see. Maybe they'll do something extra. Who knows? But everybody, just own Nebris and you're good to go. Character packs for 1 to 5 will have Japanese voiceover. We have some buffs for certain characters. Now, we did talk about this in my last video, so I'm not really going to go in depth on this, but it's not that crazy. Well, I mean, it's good, but it's not anything complicated, right? Fire, Graffiti, Anastasia at +0. Cooldown is from 5 to 3. Lovely Lady Elise, actually, let me comment on this one. 185% of damage, defense, and magic resist down. Cool. Codename Elise actually was pretty nice. Increased the damage potential from 75 to 100%. She deals 900% of your attack to the enemy. Awesome. And ally SP increases by 3 points. And we're also getting a new cutscene for her as well, so keep that in mind too. And then it kind of goes on. Neon Savior Angelica HP base has went up from 20 to 30. Pool Party Angelica HP base from 20 to 30. Fallen Angelica from 20 to 30 with some changes here. Increase incoming damage by 50% for 2 turns, dealing magic damage based off 80% of their max HP. We've got changes for Glacia, Demon Daughter Sair at 0 SP, costs from 4 to 3. Final SP consumption includes potential, which will be 1 SP. Disciplinary Committee Glacia, decrease incoming magic damage by 50% for 2 turns. Attacks the enemy 3 times. Each attack deals 320% fixed damage magic of your magic attack. Snow White Ventana, which I'm excited for because dealing physical damage to the enemy based on 350 of your attack. If the enemy has a taunt, is in a taunted state or under concentrated fire, deal physical damage to the enemy based off of 50% of attack instead. Which, my God, listen, I don't have her +5, but if her banner ever gets a rerun, her niche is pretty nice. So I will definitely have to get some more copies of her. Awesome. Even at +0, she does 600%, which is insane. Okay. Let's see. And then we got Ulstein, I could care less, and then Killer Doll Leclise at +0. Oh man, at +0, her cost went from 6 to 4, which thank goodness. And then final SP consumption, including potential, will be 1 SP. All right. Additional info, some of the main quest storyline in Mirror Wars will be changed. We talked about that in the last video. That's being taken out. Basically, certain interactions between characters. Let's see. They are moving the new... Okay, so due to addition of new content icons in the home menu, the How to Get Stronger and Popular Costumes icon will be moved to the Etc. tab. Comma formatting will be added to total damage display. That'll be nice. That'll be a lot easier for me to read. And we are getting the 5-star guaranteed draw exchange tickets ×4 on December 17th, guys. So definitely look out for that and check your mailbox when the update happens. Now, let's talk, because I don't want to make this too much longer. Celebrity Bunny Lewin. All right. Of course, we got to admire the artwork. Amazing, amazing. Now, we have deal magic damage to the enemy based on 50% of your magic attack. Damage dealt additionally is increased by 75% per target hit, and that is 7 SP, 9 turn cooldown, but it goes to 6 SP at +1. If you max it out with potential, you're dealing with the +20%, excuse me, which will be 175%. So if you're hitting somebody 4 or 5 times, what is that? That's like hitting 5 people is like around like 875%, and then you have the 50% on top of that. So a busted costume, so the cooldown is warranted. You also have the increased skill range. Now for a lot of you, and I talked about this in the last video, just get a copy of Lewin, obviously for the glue talk that you will have in January. Other than that, she's a nice costume. If you can get more, then please try, if you can, do a free draw every day. See if you can get her to +1 at least. But yeah, you definitely want to get a copy of her no matter what, just because of the content that's going on within the game right now. But yeah, she is definitely kind of similar to Sacred Justia, or Thick Tia as we call her on the channel. I'm definitely going to be maxing her out here. She seems super fun as a third costume, so this will be interesting, but definitely not the best move to use on a boss, a single boss, right? So you're definitely going to want to use this in mobs. But yeah, guys, other than that, she's pretty straightforward, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. Keep it going, keep it going. All right, we have, oh my God, Levia looks so good, man. We have Overheat Levia, guys. So Overheat Levia, deal magic damage to the enemy based on 200% of attack of your magic damage. If the enemy is under the stat weakening effect, deal magic damage based on 450% of your magic attack instead, and then it removes that weakening from the target. So if you have Track and Field Levia and you use this costume right after, at +5 you're going to be doing 750 magic attack instead. Otherwise you're going to be doing 350 magic attack. Now I have gotten word that if you use like even like let's see, let me give an example. Like if you use Vanika's Magic Shred, that'll also be something that can affect the costume to where you'll get the second value here, where she'll deal damage at max 750% of attack. So it doesn't just have to be Levia, or excuse me, yeah, it doesn't just have to be Track and Field Levia. It can also be another costume that will deal like Magic Shred or defense shred or something like that. So this is probably, oh boy, I mean, Levia is maybe one of the most busted characters in the game, and even then, damage is increased by 100% if you get both of these here, 850%, and then cooldown reduced by 2 turns, so she could do it every other, like, bro. Oh my god. Oh man. Actually, not every other. She could do it every turn. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, guys. So I really hope you guys are able to get her to +1. Even if you don't have her other costumes, just having this honestly is very, very fun and very, very important in my opinion. But we will be doing a video on all these characters and doing some testing. But I would highly recommend getting this character to +1. Again, as you guys pull for every unit in the game, try and do your free draws because you at least want it +1 to get her SP reduction down to 4. I will be maxing this out though, however. And if those of you, if you want to max her out, I do highly recommend. But again, a lot of you that are new, no need to go that crazy because she is not limited. All right, keep it up. We've got Bunny Eclipse. So at +5 here for Eclipse, for each enemy hit, ally SP increased by 1 point and enemy SP decreases by 1 point. Decrease the enemy's magic resist by 50% for 4 turns. Attack the enemy 3 times. Each attack deals magic damage based on 200% of your magic attack. And she is going to be a limited unit, guys. And I've said in my last video, at least try and get 1 copy of her so you at least have her. Again, maybe if you can get her to +1, that would be great just for the extra damage going from 75% to 100%. However, please put your resources on other things. It's not going to be the biggest deal, especially if you're new. So yeah, definitely she is a great unit overall, but there's other units that I want you guys to at least focus on. Again, there's so many banners. I want you to get a little bit of everything. I'm not going to tell you to max out Celia and spend everything you have on Celia because listen, I know from doing pulls, I've gone over 400 tickets trying to max out a character. I'm not going to put you guys through that, right? But yeah, Bunny Girl Eclipse, make sure you at least get a copy. Okay, also too, her potential plus 20% on magic damage here, and then reduce the enemy's magic resist by +5%. Awesome. Diana, oh my goodness, Adventurer Diana. Excellent, excellent costume. She is not limited. For 8 turns, activate Aura on yourself. This increases property damage by 100% and crit rate by 20%. Support costumes, again, make sure you check out my beginner's guide. But support costumes you will be using all the time in all your content. I use Diana almost every day. At +1 here, it goes from 100% property damage aura to 140. However, if you get her to +4, you get that 30% in crit rate, which is huge. Again, it's tough. You're gonna have to manage your tickets, but however many copies of her you can get, that would be great. If you can only get 1 copy, that's okay. You know, if you're starting out, it's not the biggest deal. However, it would be nice if you could get as many copies as you can and at least stop at +4. Not at +3, but +4, just because that crit rate is huge when you're kind of getting through the content. Also, too, you get that 170% property damage aura, and you'll get the costume at 2 SP. But again, don't single out on just this costume because there's other shit out there. Remember though, you're getting a lot of rewards and you get a free draw every single day, guys, so take advantage of that. Again, and I'll be making another video going over testing for all these characters. Also too, getting her potential, make sure you get her increased skill range. That'll be huge. Pretty important. All right. And then later on, the Masquerade Bunny Celia rerun will be coming. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about Celia later. We've talked about it in the video previously, so just keep that in mind. Celia is definitely someone extremely important, so don't spend your entire tickets until Masquerade Celia is out, because that's someone I want to talk about separately. But she is definitely pretty much at the top of the list next to the supports on who you should get. Free costume distribution on Morpia, looking great. And if we take a look here, so at 4 SP, use Allied Zone to summon, to create 1 Bunny Spectre. And then what it will do, once you summon it, actually, is this on the same turn? Let me see. I think it's the next turn. Yeah, I think you summon it with one turn, and then the next turn, self-destructs to deal magic damage equal to 150% of your magic attack to the enemy. The self-destruct attack cannot be evaded. Additionally, for 4 turns, the enemy's magic resistance is reduced by 30. So the not evaded thing is kind of nice. At max, the damage it will do is 550%. However, you can reduce the SP by 2 and then reduce the cooldown by 2. So it will be 2 SP at 3 turn cooldown. So that's actually kind of nice. Now, I think this is going to be good for like a certain boss that you're going up against. If you're trying to nuke a boss, but he's got high magic resist, or you're trying to do extra damage, I think this costume will come in handy. It's not that bad. I'd say but it's not OP either. I think it's fine. Some people may not like it, but I think it's fine. You get the extra magic shred, and you deal a decent amount of damage. But again, I'd say this is definitely for trying to nuke a boss, or prepping to nuke a boss, right? With the magic team. All right. We will be getting her for free. This is the costume pickup schedule. We've kind of talked about this, but here it is for all of you. Definitely pause it to take a look. And then let's see. Issues, special animation illustration will be updated to the home screen. In story pack 10. Okay, yeah, that's about it, guys. That is it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, please do let me know. But that was one long yap session. I will see you guys later tonight for the entire patch. We're gonna go crazy. So definitely be ready, man. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys, I'm out. Later.